Hey, Primarch X here. I'm going to play a little bit of Command Modern Air Naval Operations, new game from Warfare Sims and published by Matrix. It's pretty awesome if you ask me. It's a global war game. Let's give it a go. I'm going to do a basic scenario here. Comes with several. I want to say upwards of 30, maybe 40. Uh, Spanning time from 1950 through 2017. So 2019, you can play a large swath of modern naval warfare, essentially anything after World War II. I think today we're going to play First Contact 2016. This is a relatively small ship-on-ship engagement. Occurs at the Norwegian coast in 2016 between Norway and Russia. You've got looks like we've got some Russian corvettes and missile boats against, against some Norwegian small corvette and fast missile boats, surface effect ships. We'll give it a go. Let's see how it's going to go. Let's load it up. I've got actually, you have a choice here. You can play Russia or Norway. I don't want to play Russia. I won't read the Norwegian orders. And we know there are some Russian missile boats and destroyer groups coming to my area. All right, some information here on the enemy forces I'm going to be facing. Pretty effective anti-surface units. And I've got some pretty good units myself. A Nansen class frigate with an embarked helicopter. That's good news. And 4 skilled class coastal corvettes. Those are kind of like high-speed, stealthy corvettes that the Norwegians have. Engage all Russians encountered. Several neutral fishing boats may be in the area, so be careful on target ID. Right, so I'm open to engaging the Russians I find. All right, let's do it. As you see, we immediately focus in on the area of operations somewhere here on the northern Norwegian coast. How do we know we're on the northern Norwegian coast? Well, let's pull back. Well, guess what? There's Norway. Huh. Here's the ice pack. Up here you can see the line that represents the ice pack. There's Iceland. There's northern Britain. Oh, I keep going. Well, here's the entire world. This is completely available to you to play global operations in this game in real time as you wish. Now, in this particular scenario, not really available because we're only playing in this region, but by the fuel, I'm sure I could take this group and take it to New York Harbor. That's I don't want the selected point reference points. So I'm going to deselect all reference points for now. I don't really need them. I am an invertebrate micromanager. What that means is I like to give as many orders as possible. Looks like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of ships. That's a single ship. That's a single ship. That's a single ship. That's a single ship, and this is a single ship. It's not groups, actually, actual ships. I'm going to go in and take a look at the doctrine ROE. Okay, automatic evasion, no. MCON, I don't want it to be active, I want it to be passive. As a matter of fact, we will go to the side doctrine ROE, and we will turn off automatic evasion. Not that usually it's an aircraft thing, but I want it off. And I'm going to turn off active. I want my ships to be passive to begin with. And we'll take a look at sensors here. It's obeying, everything's off. But we'll do this, and we'll just make sure it's off. Even though I just gave global orders, I'm going to go through and turn that off too, just to make sure that I'm the one initiating any active emissions. Pretty important. All right. And right, just going here, doctrine and ROE. These are things that you can set for your forces. Anywhere from the top level, as I did a few seconds ago, to individual units. You can change their behavior. There's some behavior tabs here about what they do. Some will engage non-hostile targets, which means they'll engage anything they see that's within their targeting set. So if you tell a group to engage surface units, sink every surface unit it finds. There's a lot of granularity here. All right, so let's give them throttle. Let's start them on a cruise. Cruising out of here. I'm sure we're going to run into trouble pretty quick. Throttle, cruise. 46 knots is a little fast. Not that I'm against being fast, but let's try to blend in a little bit. Let's not rush into things, as it were. All right. And there we go. We're all set. There's one more thing that needs to happen. Air ops. This is the Nansen frigate. It carries a single NH-90 naval helicopter. Currently set up for naval or helicopter surveillance. I can ready it. It's got different maritime surveillance, which is probably against its current loadout. It's actually on a mission, helicopter surveillance, search and rescue. It can carry some anti-submarine weapons and sensors. Well, that reminds me there are missions in effect. Not really wanting to do missions on this one because I am Mr. Micromanagement. So I'm going to go up here to the missions tab, and I'm going to say, actually that's not a bad thing for them to do. We'll keep that going. We will keep that going. Make sure that his MCON is to be active, and it is. All right, I want him up and take off 1/3 because it's only one helicopter. I want him up and radiating so I can detect anything in the area. All right, let's start the game. Here we go. Starting the game by hitting start resume. Actually, I have to, skunk 1. Picked up by some ESM. Sea Watch. You see it coming right out of this, that spike coming right out of this ship. And I believe we were looking at the wrong ship selected. We take a look at sensors here. We're going to see that it's got ELINT with over the horizon targeting. Well, that's handy. So again, this ship is getting information from over the radar horizon. Not very far, but it's got sophisticated sensors. So let's let this go. Skunks. Let's take a look at the skunks we're picking up, actually. Bass Tilt. That's not good. Palm Frond. That's not good. These are Russian radar systems. Peel Pair. Radar Surface Search and Pop Group, which is surface to air short range. So that's probably an Anichka. If we select this, it'll actually give us a list of, this will be the things that the emissions I'm detecting, and these will be the corresponding ships in the database that have this group of sensors that we're detecting, active sensors. And yes, indeed, it appears to be an Anichka. Over here, that looks like an FFG, and we were told there might be one of these Gomiyashi class Corvettes, and indeed it looks like there is one there. We will immediately use the H key and designate both of these as being hostile. How about this guy? FFG2, contact report, same thing. All right. So, very quickly, our forces have detected, possibly over the horizon, radar contacts. They're using their own passive sensors. They're picking up active radar, and they are already classified. Well, one thing this tells me is, and I kind of like where I'm at with these ships at this point, is I'm very close to the shore. So if I'm lucky and I'm within radar range, I won't be seen immediately. The shore will help cover these very stealthy ships. Like, we'll take a look at the style. If we look at its database entry, we will see that these are its signatures. Into radar, it's pretty small. However, to longer band radar, and unfortunately that tends to be what search radars are, it's more along its regular size. But against weapon seeker radars, it's pretty stealthy. Could be smaller, but it's not so bad. It's not too bad. All right, let's give this a little bit more time. Oh, there he goes. So now we've got another contact detected by the Skjold. We'll jump to the location. Close. So it looks like a second Nanuchka has been detected. And you notice, why is this guy getting that information? This guy's closer. Why can't he see it? Well, it may very well be that in that direction, elevation is blocking him. These radar signals are not propagating through this landmass to the ESM sensor on that ship. That's interesting. We have a launched helicopter. All right, and we notice that he's got a yellow sensor ring active. All right, that's cool. Let's let him get a little bit of altitude. We've just picked up a new bogey. Now, bogey's an aircraft in flight that we haven't identified yet. All right, so again, ESM, and we're picking up a bogey. Let's see, which direction? Where are you? There you are. Mushroom. Yeah, it's going to be a helix of some sort, I think. Yeah. So that's a Russian naval helicopter. They've got theirs going too. That's not going to be good because they'll pick me up and start launching any second now. Hopefully I can get my helicopter up to altitude and get a more precise fix. Interesting. Seems like he's there. So as we proceed, if we look here, we can assume that one of these ships just launched this helicopter. Well, we've got a pretty good idea that the helicopter is in here, and the ships are in here. So I'm going to say this is not a bad. This is sort of a grouping for them. Well within range of my missiles, I could launch it this time. However, I know that they have these frigates have SAMs. So if you look here, well, hey, they've got several of these sapless missiles. Notice the speed, 1,600 knots. That's fast and fearful. And they have, looks like 16 cells. No, 8 SAN-21 Growlers, which are SAMs, and those can shoot down my anti-ship missiles. I'd rather have a firmed up contact before I start popping my anti-shipping missiles into an area that might have SAM defenses, just because I don't want to waste any missiles either. So let's see if we get a firmed up contact here in a second. I'm going to turn time compression down to 1 second. You see as the helicopter gains altitude, this range circle is expanding. Probably the same thing is happening here. You may notice the dotted lines. Those are estimated range circles for, in the case of being white, for air search radar. Probably associated then with the frigates. The surface search radar is estimated as being the size of the mushroom radar on the helicopter. That would be at its full altitude level. Doubt it's there quite yet. I get the feeling that we will be hearing more from this group very soon. And just to be safe, if I take a look at the weapons here on the Nansen, I'm going to see that it has 32 ESSM, which is a SAM. Just to be safe, I am going to go to attack options and go to hold fire. The reason for that is if missiles start to fly pretty soon, they're probably going to fly at these guys. It's possible he's going to start firing SAMs. I really hope not. I doubt it at this range. But it's possible. Nope. Get rid of that one. We've determined that's been hostile. What the heck? We might as well say he's hostile too. And up here, might as well say he's hostile. Let's see if we get a firmed up contact now that my helicopter is gaining some altitude. Nothing firmed up here. Actually, I have a pretty firmed up location he's at, and I don't have altitude information anymore. I was hoping to get a little bit of altitude information there. I could turn on the radar on the Nansen, but again, the Nansen, no, not entirely stealthy. He'll be being picked up pretty soon too. So it's probably worth turning the radar on. We will. Sensors. Radars. Got another bogey. He's launched another helicopter. Now, as soon as that happened, I have a game setting option that on new contacts raises a pop-up, and the pop-up will freeze the game. So, interesting. Another one. Now I can get an altitude. He's at 2260. I'm about the same. Okay, so my radar range is about like this. His would be about the same. My boat would be picked up. I'm sure he has ESM. He knows who I am. Maybe we'll see some launches. Maybe not. He can probably handle whatever they send my way. At least for now. Maybe that'll free up these guys to fire back. Looks like I'm going to get a pretty accurate fix on those two. So just to be safe, we're going to engage. Now, let's not be safe. Let's give it another second. Nope. I'm glad I didn't launch quite yet. There we go. Now I've got firm contacts on these two. You notice I froze the game again. We're going to attack. All right. As long as these guys are the closest targets to them, I'm going to bring this. Notice I'm selecting them all. Kind of silly, but that's what I'm going to do. Style will attack the FFG number 3. And we will, since I know they have SAM defenses, guess what? You're going to get 7. Allocate 7. What the heck? Go 8. We'll allocate everything. Also, while I'm at it, I'm going to allocate 1 Super Rapido HE burst at them. The reason I do that is I'll maintain a lock, a weapons, what do you call it? A targeting vector. I'll be targeting them. Even though I can't fire at them, I'll be maintaining targeting. As soon as I can fire at them, I'll be able to fire them immediately and not worry about having to acquire them again. While I'm at it, I will do the same thing to Frigate 2. Alright, they should launch immediately once I get... Now you're going to engage Frigate 2. So attack options, manual. You know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do attack options, manual, and select everybody again. He's attacking, as I said, Frigate 2. So he'll toss all 8 of his weapons there. And he'll dedicate a single shot there just to maintain his targeting. Alright, I've got my weapons allocated. Let's get going. Might take a few seconds now. Might take a few seconds for them to actually launch these weapons. There we go. Poof. 1, 2. Missiles away. Meanwhile, up here, not precise. Not precise. There could be missiles on the way as I speak. At least this helicopter, I'm pretty sure, can see. Yeah, at least they're in a position to see these units. I'm tempted to shoot. Actually, change course. We'll freeze again. Select this. We'll stay close to the coast. Right. These are negative depths, so should be okay. Keep him close to the coast. They're not going to fire until they establish who I am, I hope. These guys now know I'm hostile. Weapons. Some Mistral man pads. Checking out here, is that anti-guided weapon? Targets aircraft. No. So even if they launch missiles back at me, the only defense I have is against these helicopters. They have to be dumb enough to fly close to me. All right, there go the missiles. I don't see any counterfire. Not yet. But it's got to be on the way. By the way, you notice the multi-axes here coming out of the Nansen. That's from the Spy 1 radar. I'm going to clean that up a little bit. We're going to go to merge range symbols and get rid of some of these extraneous lines. I'm also going to grab this, and I want to have my SAM region, or not SAM. What am I talking about? My helicopter. Uh-oh. Yep. Well, I guess my sensor situation is they knew I was there and they already shot me, and those Salvos came very quickly. These styles we have here, Salvos, yep, came in, and kapow. There's not much I could have done about it because I don't really have any anti-missile weapons, especially for the number of missiles I'm sure they sent. I'm surprised that my helicopter didn't see it. So we're going to turn here. His sensors will go on as I showed. And let's see the end of the Gnist. I'm sure it's coming any second now. All right, back to play. Yep, they sunk my Corvette, but he got his missiles off, which is the important part. No, the Gnist doesn't see anything. Snuck a shot in there. Sensors here should be active. Let's see what we get. Yep. Guided weapons headed that way. All right, so those were launched by, I'm thinking, these 1, 2, 3, 4 from the Skjold. Well, that's good. Maybe they were shot at. The unit doesn't exist anymore. Once in the air, they don't have any command ability. They can't really retask those missiles somewhere else. Interesting. All right. Well, let's see if we can take these guys out. I still want a little better. We're going to do this. I'm going to start stretching my helicopter patrol area over here. There we go. Vampires. So, as we see here, missiles and vampires are missiles that define missiles instead of guided weapons. And these are headed for our inbound anti-shipping missiles. And a whole bunch of them are coming. Maybe none will get through. Although it looks like both ships are firing at the first ones they detect, or the closest possibly to the ones attacking FFG 3. That may mean that I get some shots in on FFG 2. With this group does not appear to be targeted yet. All right. Speaking of which, throttle, you can go to full. All right. So those are starting to take out. Boom, 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 boom. Yep, they took out all my NSSNs. Well, that bit. All right, let's clear this. What's the speed on these? 16, 17. All right, so those aren't any more Salvos, which is good. I don't know what happened to all the other Salvoses. They definitely sank something over here. I never saw something on this one. Maybe they had a radar contact with us and witnessed the launch of the missiles from this boat, but not from this boat. And therefore, they have to find out what it is. Skunk, detected by 334 squadrons. That's the helicopter. I estimated 62 miles. What's that, Skunk? General navigation radar. All right, I'm going to consider that to be a fishing boat at the moment. So, it's a fishing boat somewhere out this direction. As you notice, I'm trying to push my radar coverage more in this direction to define our friends in the Anuchkas. Now, I've got a pretty good fix on this one now. I could potentially fire on it. We've got several pairs. And that was a single. That's a pair, and that's a pair of anti-ship missiles, I'm sure. You see active radars pop on. These are the SAMs, and they have terminal active radar homing. Let that finish off. Oh, look at this. Look at that, vampire's gone. That was a anti-ship missile. Or anti-SAM. It's a SAM, not an anti-ship missile. These suckers are going fast, faster than a Salvos would, so obviously. Oh, look at this. I have one anti-ship missile remaining. Well, I don't give its chances. I don't give him any chances here. Let's see what happens. Where are you going? I think I clicked its waypoint for some reason. Boy, was that dumb. All right, well. Options, engage, auto. All right, still on one. Hopefully he's able to engage that frigate. Now, sometimes when you select guided missiles waypoints, they get a little confused as to what their actual target is. We'll see. We'll see. Haven't seen these for a while. And I see no inbound shots at these two Scold classes. That's fine with me. All right, doing good so far. Come on. You can do it. Go, go, go. Looks like he's homing. Looks like he's homing. Can he get shot at? Yep. And he got gunned down. AK-630M gunned down the NSM by anti-ship missile. Rolled a 7. Kapoom. Blew it away. Well, that salvo's gone. But we know they're now down to their they're close in weapon systems. Well, I think that means that Anzen's got to attack. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. I've got some more missiles. Attack. Gauge these guys. Guess what? You're each going to get 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that is that. Now, I'll toss a single 76 millimeter in there. All right. They're going to launch. What kind of guns do these things have? Oh, contact report and have 100 millimeter guns. Okay, those are going to outrange my 76s that are on my skilled class. All right. Well, these missiles are away. Let's see if we can get one of three in on each. Still waiting on these. Seeing if there's going to be an attack of some sort over here if they're out of missiles. Time compression. Oh, guided weapon. Here they come. I had a feeling that would be the case. Yeah, there you go. They're 200 feet, 660 knots. That's going to be an anti-shipping missile. He's going to pop off one at each. And he's going to run. All right. What I'll try to do is run in such a way that I think he's going to run. All right. Missiles are away. Head this way. Go, go, go. One flank. Off he goes. Can't really outrun a 660 knot missile, but maybe he can put this island mass between the two. I'm not sure if that'll affect him much. Maybe when they go active, they won't be able to see him. Not sure. I believe weapon systems need to be guided by their own radar sets and won't take advantage of the global sensory situation that your platforms get. All right. Notice this whole flight of missiles is still heading down this direction. I have a feeling they're relatively limited. That still leaves me the Storm, which has still might still be hidden here. We do have missiles inbound, and at the end of the day, I still have the Nansen down here to hopefully play cleanup. All right. Expand out a bit. Nansen's not really into it at this moment. This is where the fight is. Sensors are active. There we go. So, just Skjold missed the, Saplis missed the Skjold. Interesting. So another missile came in here that I didn't even see until the last second and attempted an attack. I was able to decoy it away with some chaff flare. Interesting. Yeah, I got that contact at 1.2 nautical miles. And of course, the Saplis is traveling at 1,600 knots, so it was on top of me before I knew it. And missed. I wonder if they came from over here. All right. Well, narrow escape. Keep running this a little bit. Keep running this. Oh, they keep moving position. That's what's up. So far, just 4 opposing ships. Of course, I had 5. There might be a couple more out there that I haven't even seen yet. Although my Hilo now has a pretty substantial new contact. Look at this. Detected by ENR. All right. ENR. Where's my new contact? Down here. I don't think that's anything to worry about. It's behind me inside the fjords. I doubt it's any issue. Still have some missiles closing in. These missiles are getting closer. Run, little Skjold, run. You can do it. You can do it. I still have missiles on this boat and on my Nansen. Ideally, this guy lives, but with 4 missiles launched against him, it's going to be tough. They haven't gone active yet, as far as I can tell. But I'm losing contact with them probably as they fall down below land cover. But they've popped up over it, and here they come. Oh boy, boom! There goes the Skull. The Skull just brought it. Oh well. Did he fire in defense at all? Probably not. I think all he had was his. I'm surprised he didn't launch any countermeasures. But he did. Well, probably also wasn't able to shoot at it because his 76 millimeter gun is probably forward oriented and he was running. All right, we'll clear that one out. Well, return salvo. Here come my missiles. Yeah. What are you doing? He's turning around. Oh, that's because he's targeted on this unit. This unit's contact, of course, I'm starting to lose it. Is ambiguous, and he's going toward the center of that group. All right, well, that stinks. Throttle full. Go this way. And it's time for sensors to go on. Radars are on. Firm it up. I mean, you know where he is. You gonna turn back? I can't plot a course for him anymore. So he got confused by when I lost contact over here. Last few seconds of these missiles coming in. That's gunfire going at both. One got him. I hope he misses. Hope he misses. Hope he gets hit. Get hit. Boom. Okay, so event. Russian FFG sunk has been fired. 100% penetration. Lots of gunfire going on here. Probably these are decoys, but lots of gunfire going on too at the passing missiles. The good news is, even though he killed one missile, these are still continuing on. And he is sunk, so he will not be shooting any further. That's good news. All right, we downed one. Those are our toughest vessels. I think they've launched all their missiles, which is why I'm being a little cocky over here with the storm. Let's see what happens. Let's clear the message log and see what happens on this end. Doesn't look like I got any hits up here, even with that one remaining missile. That one remaining NSM. This one is going God knows where. All right, he's going to start. There'll be some gunfire coming out of the ship pretty soon as these missiles get within air defense gun range. Remember, they're out of SAMs. They fired all their SAMs at the first salvo of missiles. Here comes the gunfire. Whoa, they got one. Come on, you can miss, you can miss, you can miss, you can miss, you can miss. Oh, what happened? I got a success on a decoy. All right, so one is still up. Well, that blows. All right. Given that, the storm will engage all targets manually. Notice, so I shouldn't be able to do FFG. This guy is sinking. That's what frankly, I only know because I was told that he was sinking by the system. I might retarget him, but I'm pretty sure he got hit. So we're going to do this. We're going to go attack options, engage targets, and it'll be 2 each on these guys. 1, 2, 1, 2. We'll give them 76 while we're at it. And the FFGs, well, I'm pretty sure it's just this one. That's FFG2. You're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. And 76 while you're at it. And FFG3 in case you're still alive. Give you one of these if we decide to deal with you later. All right. Again, I'm preserving my Nansen for operations if necessary. Making 46 knots. So they really can't deal with me. All right, Storm is launching all of his missiles. Contact report on Anuchka. We'll assume it's a 8791. That one's a test. So maybe we'll go back and we'll take a look at this one. 76mm gun. So we're roughly on par as far as range. You'll be able to fire some of those. Let's take a look at that. He fires SAMs at me. I see in 4 surface ships. Yeah. So my Scold here, or Storm, Scold class is a disadvantage against them. I will pull him out this way and use my speed advantage. Yep. I'm sure he can dart right between the two. These should be dead any second. And then that leaves the Nansen here. Attend to those sometime in the near future. Speed information, there's 18 knots. Notice here, speed is 0 knots. It's still floating, but it's dead in the water. It's on fire. Generic navigation radar, generic navigation radar. Notice this guy is getting close. I might shoot him down with a SAM in a second or two. Speed up contact. Missiles are coming in. Don't turn around again. Oh my God. Flippin' thing turned its missiles around again. Yeah, you turn around and go back and... Oh, Jesus. Alright, well, and I just lost the Storm. I can't believe he lost contact with that and the missile turned around again. That is kind of silly. Because I gave him a location to go to. And this one's going to... Oh, that one blew away an Nanuchka. Alright, well, I still have one Nanuchka to deal with. And we'll see. Possibly we'll kill this one because he's got a lot of missiles coming in. Alright, let's see how that goes. Let's speed up time again. I'm going to lose a lot of my contacts to the north. Push my helicopter here. Why is he only going 55 knots? Cruise, please. Push him to the north. And see if we can kill that last frigate. I get the feeling we can. Well, we're not in danger of my own weapon. It's coming right at me. That would be... Alright. Decoys, failure, 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 failure. Success. And I got one of my weapons. The weapon has impacted. 100% penetration achieved. Pretty sure we can assume at that point that this ship has also been sunk. Although I did not get that special little indication that that's the case. All right. We'll see if we'll see what his speed maintains at. He goes to 0. He might burn out. He's going to 6. He's going to 5. He's at 4. Oh, and look at this. His helicopters come in. Well, guess what? Remember I turned my weapons to hold fire? It's because I wanted to dispense SAMs in this particular engagement. So that helicopter's a little too close. I will take him out with an ESSM. I'll allocate 1. That should be more than adequate. Go back down to 1 second and launch it. He's down to 2 knots. He's not dead because you can still see his radars on. All right. Well, I can't be good. I'll have to shoot him one more time, I think. I got to shoot this guy. So now the Nansen is going to be needed. We will up its throttle to full. Interesting. And the Nansen will engage here with 2 missiles. Notice there's some designation guidance going on here. Illumination, I mean, for the NSSN. It's coming in and targeting that helicopter. Pow, got him. All right, so one helicopter down. Rolled 35 and a final percent hit of 74%. All right, a little time compression here. So you can get another couple of missiles in there. These are right on the edge of my missile coverage. So we'll go to a 15-second compression for the moment. All right. 2 missiles. I'll get another skunk. Again, generic navigation radar. Not worried about them. All right. These 2 missiles are in their terminal guidance phase, only 10 miles away from this remaining Russian frigate. Oh, by the way, we never really found out exactly who they are. Eventually, a couple of my NSMs that were launched a long time ago ran out of energy. They've got good range. Matter of fact, this ship is now within range of the Nansen. Let me give it a little more time before I launch. Matter of fact, I want my helicopter to go over here. All right, missiles should be there any second. Give them 5 seconds. Well, I'm sure we'll start seeing some gunfire pretty soon, because even though he's been very badly damaged, he probably has some kind of defensive capability. Let's find out. I don't see anything. I'm sure that first missile was pretty... Oh, nope. Close-in weapons, one got him. Boom! Second one hit. And the Russian FFG has been sunk. All right. Glad I sent in 2. So, we've gotten 2, and there's 1 Nanuchka remaining. I may as well send engage targets. Yes, it's out of weapons range. Well, in this case, we can go to a pretty high compression rate. We'll go to 30 seconds. We'll get my helicopter in there a little better. All right. And now we'll attack. Yep, give them 4. I have a helicopter up there to maintain a very accurate, or as accurate as possible, sensor contact with the final Nanuchka. 4 missiles have been released. Another skunk from a helicopter at 81 degrees. So that's off again to the right here. Again, generic navigation radars. That's okay. Here come the missiles. Hopefully I don't get that long spike that sends them off to the south. That was awful. Don't think it's going to happen, though. I'll get down to 1 second and see what happens here. Area of uncertainty. Notice kind of gain and lose specific, precise location for my radar. But these are not radar guided. Matter of fact, let's have some fun. We can open up the new weapons database. So we'll find out as an imaging infrared seeker. Search pattern, so it snakes back and forth. I do a bearing only launch. Has inertial navigation, and imaging seeker, and has level cruise flight. All right, because right now you'll see their cruise level is 30 feet. They're 10 meters off the deck. They're pretty close to the end of their of their range, though. You see their endurance markers here are pretty low. Here they come. I'm sure we'll see a little bit of shooting here because he's got his radars up. These are pretty stealthy, but not stealthy enough to not be detected. Where are you going? Where are you going? Boom! Got him. And the scenario is concluded. You'll now be presented with the evaluation of your performance. All right. Well, I lost like a lot of my ships. We take a look at losses and expenditures. All right. They lost all their ships in a helicopter. The other helicopter will eventually be lost because it has no place to land. They expended 12 sirens, 10 sapless, 32 growler, 3,400 millimeter, 6 AK-630 bursts, some flares, and we lost 3 skilled, 38 NSMs, some chaff flares, some gunfire, and 1 ESSM. And no neutrals were harmed in the making of this film. All right, major victory. Final score is 700. Oh, that was a lot of fun. All right, well, this was just a let's play to fool around with different methods of gameplay and command, primarily surface-to-surface activity, a little bit of aircraft support here from a helicopter. Had a lot of fun. All right, stay tuned for another one. Take care.